Morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee with the Pastor. Now, this morning we're continuing our study of the now God, and we start with Isaiah chapter 6. Woe is me, for I am undone. This is Isaiah encountering the vision of the Lord. He says, I saw the Lord high and lifted up in the year that King Uzziah died. And he says, woe is me, for I'm undone. He said, basically, I'm a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of people of unclean lips, for my eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. And then the Lord says, I'm going to take care of this. And he flew with the seraphim, having in his hand a live coal, which he had taken with the tongs from the altar. And he touched my mouth with it and said, behold, this has touched your lips. Your iniquity is taken away, and your sin is purged. And then we hear the voice of the Lord, whom shall I send? Now, Isaiah didn't have any excuses because he said, I have a problem. God said, I'm going to take care of it. You're a man of unclean lips. There, take the coal from the altar. You're clean. And he says, whom shall I send? Who will go for us? And Isaiah, of course, volunteers before he even knows what the job is, but he volunteers because God wanted to deal with something now. He said, when God is ready to do something, there is going to be a shift. God was ready to heal the land after the death of Uzziah, who was a wicked king. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, 2 Corinthians 6 says this, in an acceptable time I have heard you, in the day of salvation I have helped you. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now faith. Just like in 2 Corinthians, he says, now is the accepted time. In James chapter 4, we see this, whereas you do not know what will happen tomorrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and is then vanishes away. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord allows, we will live and do this or that. God exists in the present tense. And that's what we forget sometimes because it was past, it's not future, it's now. Because God in the third heaven exists in a state of the present tense. And so we just have to keep that in mind, that God is the God of the now. God bless you, and we'll see you again next time.